you know what it is, mi gente? It's your boy Al Megan. Welcome to another Comic Crusaders special. Today we got the king of the streams back in the house, baby. It's my big homie, the one, the only Mr. Chris Woolsey. Wepa. What up, homie? How you feeling today?
I'm feeling great now that I'm here with you. This is my 8th interview today, and I got to tell you, I was a little exhausted. And then once I heard your voice, boom, it's like a shot of caffeine adrenaline.
Let's get it, man, because I drink out of Bustelo, so I'm just sending that energy to you, that caffeine, that good stuff, that soul energy, baby. And talking about soul energy, man, we're going to be talking about what's in the box. Redbox, the last standing
The
champion of the
last man
DVD.
standing in the DVD world.
Whoa, yeah, man. They dropped a bomb recently that it was going to be a wrap for that other guy on the DVD side, and Redbox says, well, goodbye, because we still here taking care of our people.
That's it. There's a whole country full of people that are still watching DVDs and Blu-rays, and they can rent those nowhere else coming up here pretty soon than the local Redbox kiosk. Over 34,000 locations around the country. We just signed a deal for 1,500 more, and we're not stopping.
I mean, yeah, listen, physical media is making a huge comeback. People want their physical media. They understand that physical media is key. You know what I mean? So thank you to Redbox for keeping that alive and putting that, the smell of a DVD in their hands, if it smells like anything. I mean, if it does, it might be a problem.
Just to show you, Al, how much we love your audience, we are going to give you some free codes that you can raffle off to your audience for DVD rentals, or they can use them on the digital site as well for early access rentals.
Wepa! Thank you. You hear that, folks? The king of the streams is doing it here for our fellow Crusaders. Woo! Thank you so much. I can't wait. I know the perfect place, yo, for real. Thank you for the love. I can't wait. And we're talking about the greatness of Redbox. Let's get into what's popping on Redbox this month.
Yes.
Chris, 2 days in New York with Chris Rock. What? I've never seen
I know.
this. What is this?
I hadn't either. It's hysterical. So, Chris Rock and Julie Delpy, who I had an unhealthy obsession with in college, they are this like hipster New York couple. They each have a kid from a previous relationship. They got this like beautiful, perfect marriage. And then all of a sudden she goes, oh, by the way, I forgot to mention my crazy family from France is coming in for the weekend. And all sorts of chaos descends on the household. Her family puts mine to shame in the crazy department. It is hysterically funny. Just the juxtaposition of this like, sort of perfect New York couple with like French trash that just comes rolling in. It's awesome. Really fun sleeper hit. Got to check that one out.
I really do, man. I love Chris Rock but Julie, and I mean, is this one of her first films? Because I also see not just starring, but a film by.
So yeah, glad you mentioned that. It's not in this. I want to say this was from 2012, but she wrote, produced, directed, and starred in this film. So pretty impressive. Yeah. I know, right?
Awesome on Julie. Wow, queen on that. Wepa. That is a big wepa right there. Totally. Wow, that's a lot of hats. Oh my God! No, you guys did not.
We did so. They look like babies. Look at those faces. Was Johnny Depp like? Did his mom have to drive him to the studio to film?
Right.
Look at that.
Crazy.
Unbelievable. You've got Dustin Nguyen, who's on This Is Us now. Obviously, Holly Robinson Pete from Hanging with Mr. Cooper.
Great show.
Classic. Peter DeLuise there, who, by the way, I waited on him and the whole DeLuise clan when I worked at Tony Roma's in Los Angeles when I first moved there. And
What?
And I got to be honest, I got to tell you the truth, Al. Nicest guy in Hollywood. The whole DeLuise family. I'm not joking. They made room in the booth so I could sit down with them, and they asked me all kinds of questions about why I was in LA, what I wanted to be an actor, what kind of acting I like to do. They were the loveliest family ever, and Peter was there. He was a good guy. He would never remember me, but yeah.
Nice. That must have been fun having your coworkers wait on you. Hey guys, I need some water. Come on, I'm busy.
Totally.
Wow, well, what a classic!
It's the Fox classic. They played. It was like a police precinct where all the detectives were so young that they would send them in to investigate high school and college crimes. Yeah.
So funny.
It was awesome.
I mean, to be honest, homie at the top though. I mean, he looked more like a teacher than a student. You know, at every point.
That guy was the captain. So yeah, he was the only one.
No, not the captain. Homie next to captain.
Oh, that's Peter DeLuise.
That's what I'm saying, DeLuise. Right? Yeah. I mean, would you have believed him to be a high school student?
He was definitely the older brother of the group, for sure. But then there was Richard Grieco, who was also on there, and he was the hot ticket for a second. He had If Looks Could Kill, and he had a TV series. I can't remember what it was, but I ran into him at Comic-Con last year, and homie still works. Like, check it out. He's still making the magic happen.
So I mean, this is a classic. All these people, man. This is great TV from back in the day.
Oh,
Steven Coogan.
This one doesn't start until later in the month. Steve Coogan, I have a man crush on. He's so stinking talented. Have you ever seen the video Dueling Michael Caine's that he does?
Yeah, I've seen Dueling Michael Caine's. Yes, okay.
Yeah. Dueling Michael Caine's
is
maybe my favorite viral video of all time. I've watched it like 300 times. So this is a character, this Alan Partridge, that Steve Coogan has been doing for like 30 years in various iterations. So he's had like 3 or 4 TV series that were like small limited series. He's done a couple of feature films, and this was the biggest production. This starts on May 22nd on Redbox. It is hysterical. So if you can imagine the British office in a radio station with maybe Waiting for Guffman, like it's this crazy. So they get taken over by this big corporate entity, this small town radio station. And Steve Coogan is like, thinks he's God's gift to the radio industry. And he's the local DJ, goes in, finds out they've been taken over. And he says, nobody is going to lose their jobs. We're not going to let them fire anybody. And then he gets into the meeting and he's like, hey, if we fire Jeff, we can all keep our jobs. And so,
what a scumbag.
Oh, totally. And so they fire Jeff, or I forget what the character's name is. And then that guy goes home and gets a shotgun and comes back and takes the whole place hostage. And then
wow.
Alan Partridge decides to use this as an opportunity to further his career. So he live streams the hostage situation as a tool of a DJ. It's awesome. I can't say enough good things.
So basically, if you love scumbags, this is the perfect story, right? Because that's what he sounds like.
Yeah, it's like David Brent from The Office. Like, it's exactly.
You know what? But I already dig it, because there's like the ultimate asshole move. Like, yo, you know what? Let me live stream. Like, yo, let me cry. Oh my god. I love it.
Yeah, it's great. It's great.
Oh yes. My brother had put me on to this.
Have you seen this?
Yes. What a nutty performance by homie, son.
Well, I mean, it really was where he blew up. Like, he'd been working, but this was the thing where people went, who is Tom Hardy? Like, he's off his nut in this movie. So I did some research because I hadn't seen it. I had heard of it, and I've seen the key art like 100 times, but I had never seen it. So it's the true story of the most violent man in British prison history. So he was arrested for robbing a post office, probably would have done like 3.5 years or something, goes into prison and is so violent that he ends up spending the next 3 decades in solitary confinement. And while he's there, he I think his original name was Michael Peterson, and he ended up creating this sort of alter ego named Charles Bronson. And
he was Charles Bronson.
So Tom Hardy was obsessed and watched footage to kind of create his character for the movie. And when he went to go meet the actual Charles Bronson, not the actual Charles Bronson, but this Charles Bronson, the guy was so impressed with Tom Hardy's ability to personify him that he shaved off his mustache, gave it to Tom Hardy as a gift, and that's the mustache that Tom Hardy wears in the film.
What?
Isn't that the craziest thing you've ever heard?
That's insane, and there's no way in hell I am wearing someone else's hair on my face.
Right?
Your Hardy is truly insane, but bless him, because look at him now, a hell of a career. But yeah, folks, for real, I agree with Chris. If you guys have not seen this, this is really a hell of a performance. It is an intense flick to watch. I mean, really, and that solitary, it's insane. I love it.
Joker, like it's like the level of Joker, like watching how uncomfortable you are in that film.
Yeah.
This is very similar. You're just like, oh, this is not going to end well for anybody.
100. Yeah, it was a wild flick. Wild flick. Pond Life. What is?
Okay, so on the other end of the spectrum, we
way other end.
It's Mother's Day. We want to have some nice things for you to be able to cuddle up with mom and make her a dinner and watch some heartwarming films. Pond Life is lovely. If you like Stand By Me, it's like that. It's like a coming of age story. It's a bunch of kids in England, in sort of a lower end part of London, and they outside of London, and they are kind of dealing with a lot of trauma in their lives. And so in order to sort of remove themselves from their personal lives, they go on this hunt, or I should say fish, to go catch this legendary giant carp that's in a nearby river. And it's just a beautiful film. It's got a great cast. Tom Very is Clay Serwin from Game of Thrones, if you know that character. Esme Creed Miles, the young lady you're looking at right there, she's the lead on the series Hannah. Angus Imrie plays Prince Edward on the series The Crown. So a bunch of stars before they were stars. And it's a beautiful film. If you're looking for something to really tug at the heartstrings, this is the one.
There you go, folks. You want to cry with mommy on the sofa? This is the one for you.
For sure. That's no
Make sure you buy a box of tissues, a good brand at that, right? You don't want boogies on your hands.
No, get the kind that have the lotion in there. Whoa!
Oh my God! No, you guys are not.
That is not
the classic.
Yes.
Oh.
So this is the classic.
Wow.
Let's see, I've got the dates. It ran from 66 to 71. A lot of people don't remember this. They did try to reboot it with a movie version.
Yes, they did.
Wasn't Johnny Depp in that?
I believe so.
I think it was him, and I think Tim Burton maybe directed it or wrote it. And but it is awesome. It was one of the first daytime soaps, but it was definitely the first, and to my knowledge, the only horror-themed daytime soap. So this was about the Collins family, and they were this wealthy family in their palatial estate in Collinsport, Maine. And for good and for bad, the house was visited by a host of supernatural creatures. So it was a daytime soap opera, but they had vampires and werewolves and zombies, witches, time travel, parallel dimensions. It was crazy. And this thing became crazy popular, and the networks were like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. Well, then they started digging into it, and they found out that almost no adults were watching it. These were all teenagers who were coming home from school and watching this show, and the ratings did really well until the movie. There was a movie version of it partway through the run of the series, and the kids all took their parents to go see the movie, and then the parents were like, "Whoa, no, you can't watch this." So then the ratings started to slip a little bit.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
So even though the kids loved it, the parents,
they were not thrilled.
awesome.
Yeah.
Nice move though from TV here midway. Let's do you a dope movie, and
Yep.
then and then no more TV because parents said hell no.
So a friend of mine that I went to junior
See,
high with, who is a big
see.
time producer, she's trying to get this rebooted right now. So we'll see how that
Oh,
goes. I'll keep you
let's
posted.
go. Yeah, yeah. Again, I think that's a great idea. Why not have a horror theme soap opera? Horror is hot right now. We need that stuff. Come
That's
on,
the
baby.
truth. That's the truth.
Ooh,
Oh,
what is
Daughter
this?
of the Wolf.
Wepa, what's going
Yep.
on here?
So this is Gina Carano from The Mandalorian fame. Really cool. This is a feature film. It's one of those. So her little boy gets kidnapped, and they think, "What's this woman going to do to us?" Well, apparently quite a bit. So in the movie, she plays an ex special forces soldier with tons and tons of military training. And this is exactly what you want in a Gina Carano film. So cars are flipping, buildings are exploding, people are getting
Yes.
vaporized.
Yes.
It is awesome. Vengeance is being wreaked on the bad guys in a beautiful package. So
Let's
yeah,
get a Daughter of the Wolf. All right, this is right up my alley to keep me up on a Friday night, baby.
that's it.
Woo! Let's get it done. Redbox. You see what Redbox do? You see that?
They got it
Amazing.
all.
Ooh.
Ah,
Oh
so
wow! All right.
so this is another.
Awesome.
This is a great great indie title. So if you saw the movie Kona from I believe last year about the deaf family that were
Yes.
fishermen,
Yes.
it was probably my favorite movie of the year, if not the last few years. I love that film. And Diggers is very similar. So again, a fishing family. This takes place in the early 70s in Long Island. So it's about a family that's like sort of like Kona. They're clinging to their way of life, but everything around them is changing. And it's got a great cast. It's a fantastic film, and it's one of those small character developed films that we don't see a lot of anymore. And obviously Paul Rudd, I mean, I'd watch the guy read the phone book. He's always eminently watchable. Ken Marino, who is the creepy clown from Reno 911, if you remember that character.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
And Maura Tierney, who played Abby Lockhart from ER. It's a great cast. Performances are stellar. Great writing. You got to check this one out.
Nice. Okay, exactly. Great writing, because writing is so necessary, for good performances. Yeah, without good writing, there's no great performances. You know what I mean?
Amen. So this one is
Life's a breathe. Ooh.
This is another one for Mom. I love this movie. So we recently watched Waking Ned Divine with our kids, and they flipped out. They were like, "This is the best movie. We got to watch more fun Irish films." And so we watched The Banshees of Inisherin, which is not fun. I mean, there are actually comedic elements to it, but that was a super dark film. And I'm like, I want to find another fun Irish film. And this is the one. This is a great movie. And oddly enough, Fionnuala Flanagan plays one of the characters in Waking Ned Divine. But it's about an Irish family. The matriarch passes away, and she was a hoarder. So they go into her apartment, and they're like, we got to get rid of all this stuff. So they take all the garbage in her place, and they haul it down, and they give it to the junk dealer, and the junk dealer takes it into the streets of Dublin. Well, this other relative comes up and says, by the way, where is Grandma's bed? And they were like, we gave it to the junk dealer. And the guy's like, that's where she kept her money. So apparently Grandma had this fortune that she'd literally been laying on for the last 50 years, and now it's gone. And so they have to find the mattress.
So why would they not check? Listen, I don't give a shit. I am checking everything before I throw anything out.
Right?
I'm checking pockets.
Mattress. Maybe you should check that and see if there's something in there.
Hey, yo, hell yeah, man. Don't give me ideas, Chris. I would love my life to be a breeze if that happened. Hey,
Right?
epa,
Ugh.
what is this?
The Kids in the Hall. So you may have missed this. This was an late 80s, early 90s gem. So this is a group of Canadian comics, sketch comedians, and this thing basically just blew the doors off what sketch comedy could be about. Like it was sort of like when SNL was starting to like miss a beat, and these guys just
Okay.
stepped in and just exploded. So Dave Foley, who went on to be one of the leads in News Radio. Mark McKinney was from Superstore. Kevin McDonald, there on the right, was from Sky High. Bruce McCullough with the flowers there, and Scott Thompson next to him. You got to check it out. Like, if you like sketch comedy,
Yes,
some
I
of
love.
the most iconic characters in the sketch comedy world. They did this one called The Chicken Lady that
Really?
you can't even explain it to somebody. It's impossible to explain. You just have to watch it, experience it for yourself. And then I don't know what the name of the character is, but there's a guy who literally sits in a lawn chair and goes, I crush your head. You're a flathead. I crush your head. And they're recurring characters, and it sounds stupid, hysterically funny. If you never watched it, oh man, you are in for a treat. And you can binge the whole series. There's a recurring character of this boss of this enigmatic company that is hysterical. I can't say enough good things. I almost didn't graduate from college because of this show, because I was watching this show instead of studying.
Oh my God. Okay, I need to get my hands and watch. I'm definitely tuning in on Redbox. I need this in my life. I need to
You'll love
laugh.
it. You'll love
And you
it.
see, oof, there we go, folks. That's it. You hear? You got all that amazing stuff. Some stuff available now, some stuff available a little later, but definitely tons of stuff to keep you entertained this month on Redbox. As you can see, it's as simple as visiting, the website. All right, and I gotta take that other link. That's sorry about that.
No
And then
worries.
it's actually redbox.com, folks. And then you can also get the apps for free, so you can check it out on your phone. Your TV is everywhere.
Redbox has a phenomenal app. Or like you said, you can go to redbox.com and cast it to any of your devices as well.
Exactly. It's very easy. And of course, man, you want to follow my man Chris, you can follow him on Twitter at I Dig Hey Zeus. All right. Show the love, show the love. And again, check it out. Redbox.com. Get that app too. It's free, baby. Our
$3.93.
favorite four-letter word. All right.
And the
And with
more
that,
you watch, the freer it gets. That's the beautiful thing.
oof, oof. See that wonderful. You don't gotta pay. Isn't that nice? Not like other people try to charge you. All right, amazing content and it won't cost you a dime. All right, mi gente, you know what it is. Chris, thank you. Wepa, mi gente, hasta la próxima. Woo!